Hi guys, it's time for Math with Mrs. Howe. Today's lesson is meant for Monday, April 20th. We are going to do Go Math Lesson 9.2 on ordered pairs, which I know we've done before, so it should be very simple. We should be getting really good at ordered pairs today. And we're going to also grade 9.1 from Thursday's video. And before we do that, let's do a good thing. My good thing comes from Aiden Dupuy in my homeroom class. Aiden got some new baby chicks. They are about 5 weeks old, and he has picked out some fun names for them. He has named them Oreo, Swan, Midnight, Brownie, and Sunflower. So that's super exciting, Aiden. In about 6 to 8 months, you should hopefully be getting some eggs. I want to know what kind of chickens you got because I want to know what color eggs you're going to be getting. I have Americanas at home, so I get green eggs, so those are kind of fun to get green eggs. Still look the same in the inside, but... All right, let's grade your math from Thursday, lesson 9.1. I'm going to take it off my clipboard here. So on this one, let me turn, I got to open my answer key real quick so I can read from the backside while I show this to you. Hang on just a second. Oh my gosh, thank you for waiting. I thought I was all prepared and then I didn't have my answer book open. All right, so on your assignment from Thursday, we just had to do the front side, page 537. On number 1, it was done for you. Number 2, it comes out to be 4 halves, which is equal to 2 when I simplify it. On number 3, I think that one was 12/4, and it comes out to be 3. And then on number 4, to get the answer, I'm going to add my answers to 1, 2, and 3 together. So I'm going to add 1 plus 2 plus 3, and that's where I get the 6 pounds. And then for number 5, they want the average. So we did the average in the lesson. I'm going to write it like a fraction. I'm going to take my total for number 4, that's 6 pounds. That's going to be my numerator. For my denominator, I'm going to count all these x's, and there are 12 total x's. So for number 4, I have it written here as 6 halves. That's a good answer, but 1/2 is an even better answer. So for number 5, you can have 6/12 or 1/2 is the average size bag. All right, then on the second half, number 6, I get 2. Number 7, I get 15/8, which comes out to be 1 7/8. Number 8 is 8, and number 9, it's 8/14, which does reduce down to 4/7. And then for number 10, the question is describe the steps you can use to find the average. I put add all the data together, or add that all together, and then divide by the total number of data. So there's that. If you will put a score on yours, you can take a picture of it and you can email it to me, mhowe@campverdeschools.org, or if you're going to turn it in as your packet, make sure your name's on it. Oh my gosh, I had 5 math papers last week that came in with the packets with no names. Out of 124 kids, I don't know whose they are. So make sure you're putting names on your papers, please. Please, 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 please. It's just like being in class. Name, 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 name. All right, for lesson 9.2, here we go. So this one is on ordered pairs. I'm going to try and hold that. You should have a math book because on Monday I handed out math workbooks. If you did not come by and pick up math workbooks and you're looking at the lesson online, that's fine. You don't have to draw the grids. We've talked about that on some of the other graphing lessons. But I highly encourage you to stop by on Monday between 8 and 10 or 4 and 6 p.m. and pick up your math book. And that way you don't have to try and use the pictures online. And I'm not putting the math papers in the packet anymore because you have your workbook, so I'm trying to save some paper and save some trees. All right, with that being said, here we go. So on this one, we're doing ordered pairs, and we are going to, for the connect, it says locating a point on the coordinate grid is similar to directions like north, south, or west, east. The horizontal number line on the grid is the x-axis, and the vertical line is the y-axis. Each point on the coordinate grid can be described by an ordered pair. The x-coordinate is the first number in the ordered pair. It is the horizontal. Remember, horizontal goes this way. It's the horizontal location. And then, I lost my place, sorry. It's the horizontal location or the distance from the point 0 in the direction of the x-axis. And then the y-coordinate, the second number in the ordered pair, it's the vertical. So it's the over-up. Right? We did that for the Easter graph. Okay, So let's unlock the problem. On the unlock the problem, it says we're going to write the ordered pair for two locations, the arena and the aquarium. They actually have the arena written for me. The arena is at 3, 2. So I would go over 3, up 2. There's the arena. Now I would like you to give me the ordered pair for the aquarium. How far over, how far up for your aquarium? I'm going to do mine. I'm going to go over and up, and I end up at 9, 4. So my aquarium is at 9, 4. Okay. Then it says describe the path you would take to get from the origin of the aquarium using horizontal and then vertical movement. So you can describe that. How would you go? Would you go left, right, 2 places, 3 places, over, up? You could go to the right, over 9, up 4. That puts me at 9, 4, right? All right, I'm going to turn the page. All right, here we go. On page 540 for example 1, it says a point on a coordinate grid can be labeled with an ordered pair, a letter, or both. So for A, plot the point 5, 7 and label it J. So we will go to the right 5 units and then we're going to go up 7, and they already have that one on there for you. Over 5, up 7, and there is J. I'll write it bigger. All right. Now on the next one for letter B, this one's a good one. We haven't talked about this one yet. Let's go plot the point 8, 0 and label it S. So we're going to go over 8, but then we're not going to go up any. We're going to stay right there at 0. So I'm going to go over 8. I am not going up anything because it's a 0. I'm going to write it underneath. So I'm going to go 8, 0. So on these lines over here for B, from the origin, I move to the right. Ooh, is that my right? You're right. I'm not sure. Move 8 places and then up 0 units. It stays right there on that line. Okay, let's take a look at example 2. You can find the distance between 2 points when the points are along the same horizontal or vertical line. So we're going to draw a line segment to connect point A to point B on the second graph. I'm going to draw a nice, neat little line from A to B. Then they want me to count the vertical units between the 2 points. So I'm going to use kind of like my little whoop-de-doos, and I'm going to start at A, and I'm going to count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 units there. My whoop-de-doos got kind of fat at the top. So there are 6 units. Then it says, for number 1, points A and B form a vertical line segment and have the same x coordinate. How can you use subtraction to find your distance? So I have 9, 3 is A, and I have 9, 9 as B. Okay, so if I subtract these two numbers, putting the 9 first, otherwise I'm going to get a negative. If I do 9 minus 3, I'm going to write it over here. 9 minus 3 equals the 6. Okay. All right, and then if I skip down to number 2, it says graph the points 3, 2 and 5, 2. Then explain how we can use subtraction to find those. So let's do it. I'm going to go over 3 up 2, and then I'm going to go over 5 up 2. So there's my 2 dots. I'm going to connect them so I can count the number of units. So I could count it, 1, 2. I can also subtract it. I'm going to write them down here. 3, 2, and 5, 2. So these are the 2 I'm going to subtract. My x-axis, I'm not going to do 3 minus 5, I'll get a negative 2. I don't want a negative, but I would do 5 minus 3. And, oh gosh, I would get 2 units. Okay? All right, let's flip the page. All right, so on the next page, we are at the share and show. So on the share and show for 1, 2, 3, and 4, it wants us to write the ordered pair for the letter. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I'll pause my video and do 2, 3, and 4, and you can do the same and then come back and check. So for letter C, they already have the dotted lines there for me. I'm going to go over to 6, and then I'm going to go up to 3. So my ordered pair for letter C is over 6 up 3. So my ordered pair is 6, 3. Will you go ahead and do 2, 3, and 4? And I'm going to do 2, 3, and 4. We'll see you in just a minute. All right, let's compare answers. Here's what I got. For number 2, D was at 3, 0, E was at 9, 9, and F was at 10, 5. Now for the second part of this, we're going to draw the dots on the grid and label it. So my first one for M is over 0, up 9. So I'm not going to go over any. I'm going to stay right there on that axis there at that origin. So I'm going to go up. What am I going up? I'm going to go up 9. And I'm going to put a dot. I'm going to label it M. So my M, I went over nothing all the way up to 9. So there's my M. So will you go ahead and do the rest of your points and label them, and I'll do the same. All right, you can kind of take a look there and see where all my points are and how they are lettered. All right, now let's go ahead and do the on your own. I'm going to do mine while you do yours, and we'll come back and compare. And yes, I want you to try and do number 25 at the bottom of the page. All right, here's what I got for my on my own. And then you can see my answer down there for number 25. I'm going to subtract the y coordinates. My F is at 7, 6. My A is at 7, 1. So if I do 6 minus 1, I'm going to get a total of 5 units between those two letters. So look that over. This will give you an idea of how to do your homework. All right, so homework. Here we go. Get to the right page. So for your homework on page 543, 544, let's just do the evens. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So evens only on that one. And then on the back side, you're also going to do the evens. If you do not have your math workbook and you are looking on the website, you do not have to do this section right here, the 8, 10, and 12. You don't have to draw that grid. But you could, if you are able to see, hopefully I hold it up right. I'm so horrible at this. You'd think by now I'd have it figured out. But you could do the 2, 4, and 6 by naming the ordered pairs for those points. And then on the back side, you could look at it and find the distance for me, and then you could also do the word problems on 4 and 6. So take a look there. So we're going to do evens on the front and evens on the back. All right, let's launch. 3 place values, 3 first decimal place values. Let me clarify that. 3 first decimal place values. Here we go. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. All right, bye guys. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to send me your scores, mhow@campverdeschools.org. See you later.